Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year, let us see one book summary today. And the name of the book that we have today is The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. A small disclaimer: this is not any religious book, and I'm not promoting any religion here. I just want to share the lessons from this book, 3 lessons from this book. Okay, the tagline of this book is how to stay emotionally healthy and spiritually alive in the chaos of the modern world, written by Pastor John Mark Comer. Let us see the details of the author. John Mark Comer is the founding pastor of Bridgetown Church in Portland, Oregon, a teacher and writer with Practicing the Way, and the best-selling author of multiple books like whatever we are reading right now, and Live No Lies. These are all the books that he has written. Let me see, start again. Okay, so let us see the target audience of this book. The 42-year-old engineer who is always rushing to get jobs finished on time, and the 18-year-old that has a hard time putting down their smartphone, and anyone who feels like they are too busy and wants some advice on how to slow down. So let us see small synopsis of this book. The ruthless elimination of our hurry will teach you how to slow down, how to relax, and live a simpler life to become a happier and improve your well-being. So let me repeat this statement. This book, what it will teach us, how to slow down, relax, and live a simpler life to become happier and improve our well-being. Let us listen from the author, John Mark Comer. Our time is our life. Let me repeat it. Our time is our life, and our attention is the doorway to our hearts. So our time is our life, and our attention is the doorway to our hearts. Do you ever go through your day wishing you had more time? Sometimes you might need more time while working. It's a problem that affects anyone, from a single mother in poverty to a CEO of a successful software company. If a single mother is there are lots of responsibilities for there, where she has to cook food, she has to go for work, she has to earn money, she has to manage the finances, all the things. So if she is in poverty, then that she needs more and more time for all the things to handle. Whereas in the CEO of successful software company also has a lot of things for business expansion and managing the company, employees, all the things will be there. So for those type of people, they need more and more time. We all hurry too frequently. Because of our constant rush, we can't be present in our own lives, and our relationships suffer. Pastor John Mark Comer fell prey to what he refers to as the hurry disease. As the pastor of a rapidly growing church and family man, it looked like he had it all. But instead of feeling fulfilled, he felt increasingly stressed and exhausted. He knew that something needed to change. It was not until he looked to the very same Bible he taught from that he found the solution. In this book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, how to stay emotionally healthy and spiritually alive in the chaos of the modern world, he tells of his transformation journey from a stressed out, drained church leader of a mega church, this is the current situation of him, to a fulfilled small church pastor who made time for God and his family in the transformation journey. This is a book that everyone in this busy world should read. I love all of the tips it gives, and I think you will find them especially helpful for you to become more mindfulness. So the main concept of this book selection is to become more mindfulness. I have already tried setting aside one day of the week for rest, and the positive impact is huge. Set one day for rest and see the positive impact. I am certain the other principles will do the same. Let us see the top 3 lessons. Here are the 3 of my favorite lessons about slowing down. You have to set aside time each day for the kind of silence and solitude that brings you peace. Let me repeat the statement again. You have to set aside time each day for the kind of silence and solitude that brings peace. You need to keep all the gadgets aside, or that silence time or solitude time. So it should be like me time where you will be working on yourself. Either you do meditation, either you do introspection, either you do planning for the next day, whatever it is, set aside some me time. If you don't set your me time, then do it from today onwards. Let us see the second lesson. Taking a day off each week for rest is not such a bad idea. It can greatly improve your productivity and happiness. And the third powerful lesson is to become more mindful. Take pleasure in slowing down your life by allowing moments of inefficiency. So whenever you are feeling that inefficient, take some time, be mindful, and gain your concentration and come back after some time. Are you ready to discover how to get more peace in life? Let's take a closer look. Lesson number 1. To get the peace that comes from silence and solitude, you must make time for them daily. You must make time for silence and solitude daily. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with notifications on our devices, like we will get notification from Google Chrome, you will get notifications from news, a lot of social media networks and apps that you have installed. If you have installed like financial apps, they will push for payments, they will push for the recharges for your mobiles. So in this world, we are constantly bombarded with the notifications. It can be hard to find silence and solitude. Even if we are alone with our phone, it doesn't mean we are alone in our thoughts. Social media leaves us connected to a bombardment of thoughts and opinions. Before smartphones, people would wait without a source of constant distraction. They would sit on the bus and watch out the window. Like I used to travel. I have one incident, I'll share it. Nowadays, we leave little time for solitude and reflection. In the older days, around 2009 to 2010, we used to go for 1 hour bus journey for having a small tea. At that time, we used to have the bus pass, and we simply sit in the bus window and we'll watch the nature and we'll sleep sometime if possible. After that, we'll listen the music. In this 1 hour journey, we feel like more relaxed. So simply for bus traveling also sometimes gives you the silence and solitude. Jesus had a reverence for quiet alone time in everyday life. And it was part of practicing his faith. He was busy, no doubt, but he made sure he had time to himself and did so by getting up early before others were awake. So what he did, Jesus Christ, he just woke up earlier and he used that early morning hours as a that solitude time. One very busy day, he disappeared on a mountain to pray all night. Whatever it took, he made that time. It should be just as non-negotiable for us too. So there should be no negotiation, no lenience of that. So it should be just as non-negotiable for us too, if we want to live emotionally healthy lives in the today's hectic world. Don't you have a mountain to disappear to? Don't sweat it. Just make a point to get up earlier than your household activities. Take time to enjoy things like a good book and a cup of coffee. You could even take this extra time to take a leisurely walk before work. Put down your phone and unplug your headphones. Allow yourself to feel all the emotions that might come your way. The more you do this, the more you will start to realize the solitude does not equal to loneliness. Rather, it lets you connect with the world around you. So try to walk, utilize the time of silence and solitude to walking if you are feeling that like loneliness, or else go for a bus and watch out on the window. You will get the lot of cool breeze, as well as you will have little peace when you work with yourself in the silence. Let us see the lesson number 2. Although you might think the idea of resting from work and everything else for one full day each week is the old idea, it has some great benefits. Even God himself took a rest on after the 6th day of creation, and you should too. Even if you don't consider yourself particularly religious, make sure to set aside one day of the week for rest. Not long ago, Americans used to wake up to a quieter Sunday where all businesses were closed and there was not much else to do but be with the family or go to church. The shift in society to the more secular and commercial has made it hard to have a day for the rest anymore. Shops are now open and people often to have to worry about the work on this day. No wonder everyone is so burned out. Even if you are not religious, set aside a day and respect it. It is not only for Sunday, you can set any day in the week. Work for 6 days and set one day for yourself, taking rest. Maybe spend time doing things you don't normally have time to do, like taking a nap or going on a long walk, enjoying the nature, or enjoying the company of your family or your close friends. The author even suggests go to a concert and just feel the music. Resting will allow you to appreciate the week previous and recharge for the next week to come back or to fully focus. So if you do have proper resting for one day, it will allows you to send the gratitude of the previous week, appreciate the previous week efforts, and it will recharge for the next week. So always plan for one day resting time, at least. And one day it should be resting time. Let us see the lesson 3. Inefficiency is not such a bad thing. Allowing it into your life will help you slow down and become more mindful. Have you ever stood in the line of grocery store frustrated at the person in the line in front of you who is looking for coupons? Have you ever stood in the line of grocery store frustrated at the person in line in front of you who is looking for coupons or discount? Don't they know we are in a hurry? Comer wants us to realize that we should not be in a hurry. Because if we look really deep down, we might realize sometimes we only feel the need to hurry for the sake of hurrying. The truth is, We don't have to be so efficient all the time. We don't have to be so efficient all the time. Instead of racing by cars on your commute home, try going the speed limit or take a minute to let others people merge in front of you. It probably does not need to be a stressful race. Instead, it could be a relaxing time of solitude that allows you to reflect on your day and listen to your thoughts. Another great way to slow down your life is by simplifying your phone. Calm or even suggest transitioning into a dumb phone. And honestly, is there a really a reason? There is a really reason. We need social media and emails constantly notifying us. But if you are not into that more idea, you could delete social media and email apps so you can just use your phone for calls and messages. This will allow you to focus on one thing at a time rather than distractedly multitasking. So, focusing on one thing at a time is the powerful lesson that we can take from this lesson. Let us see the lesson, 3 lessons again. Set aside at least 5 to 10 minutes of your day for silence or solitude. At that time, you can do walking, you can do meditation, you can do just revaluation of your day, or you can plan for the next day. It should be your time. Your time you can spend with anything apart from using the digital gadgets. Set aside of your time and use it for silence and solitude. You should not talk to anyone, but enjoy the time of your me time, at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. And the second lesson that we have seen in SA is set one day aside in a week. Whatever the working time you do, whatever the shifts you are working on, set one day aside. Means at that one day, you should not work. So take rest from work and see how it is going to help in the upcoming productivity. And third powerful lesson is to become more mindful. It is not all about in the hurriness. It is all about how do you slow down and take pleasure of allowing your moments to think of that happenings in your thoughts. So just identify 1 minute, sit for 1 minute and identify your thoughts running on your mind, write down on the paper. See that how it is going to help you, like how much mindful you are. Out of 100 thoughts or out of 50 thoughts, how many thoughts you are able to recollect. That is the challenge you can do. So this is all about the ruthless elimination of hurry, which helps you to stay emotionally healthy and spiritually alive in the chaos of modern world. Thank you so much. See you in another book summary, another day. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing,